Good morning. My name is Ravi. I'd like to share my story with you. After my last successful startup in Boston, I decided to volunteer with Grameen Foundation in Africa on a maternal health program. That experience changed my life and brought me here. I discovered a huge problem. 4 billion people still do not have any internet in our world. And that is not changing that quickly. And another billion people on top of that have smartphones, but they cannot afford data plans to be on the internet regularly. And those 5 billion people want access to information, education, services, and NGOs and social enterprises and governments want to provide that information, but there is no easy, affordable, and definitely not a scalable way to interact with these 5 billion people located all across the world. That was a problem I wanted to solve. I wanted to empower every NGO, even the smallest one, in the most remote country to be able to interact with their beneficiaries. So we spent a year and a half building a platform, especially focusing on empowering the domain expert, the people on the ground who know about water or health, and making it super simple for them using 3-step wizards so they could design their interactive campaign and be able to quickly iterate, and be successful. We also spent a ton of time integrating with telcos and finding the right relationships so we had really high quality coverage in every country, and beneficiaries could initiate interaction in any country. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you have seen this old generation technology that's technically called IVR, interactive voice response. This is not your father's IVR. All past technologies have been very expensive because they required a tech person, a software developer, and very difficult. It takes months to get phone lines in emerging markets. Let me quickly talk about an example. Our first customer, Mercy Corps. They wanted to help 20,000 survivors of a super typhoon learn how to budget and save money. They used our platform to push out, and all these people had opted in, push out 2 phone calls a week. So these people would get a phone call on their dumb phone, smartphone, answer, and hear a pre-recorded soap opera dialogue between a married couple discussing their financial problems and how they were learning to budget and solve them. And very importantly, at the end of every episode, there'd be a quiz. Press 1 if you think they should do this, press 2 if you think they should do that. This was widely successful, and the people who went through the 12-week course doubled their savings rates. But I could stand here all day long and talk about how easy to use our platform is. Instead, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a quick demo of our 3-step wizards. We're going to create a very simple campaign. I'm picking out an MP3 file pre-recorded in a local language from my hard drive. That first one was what gets played back when somebody answers the phone. When somebody presses 1, then we play this file. When somebody presses 2, we play this file. Hit continue. You can see the step number 2 on the top. We select a contact, or we could upload 50,000 people's phone numbers and hit launch. That's all it takes to build a simple campaign and launch it anywhere in the world in just minutes. I showed this demo, a live demo, to John Kohler this week, and his words were, "This is disruptive." Now, a key thing here, I know what you're also thinking. You're thinking, oh my God, we're enabling NGOs to send out telemarketing robocalls around the world. But that's not the case. The constituents actually opt in because they want this information, they want the education, they want these services. And we've made it easy for them to be able to opt in for free anywhere in the world. And it's always free for them to receive calls and SMSs. This way, that barrier for them, the cost barrier to engage, is gone. For organizations, they no longer need tech people. The domain expert is in the control here, is in the seat. They don't need training. And because we wanted to make it super affordable, we bill by the minute and by the SMS only. And the minimum prepay amount is $5 that you then use towards per minute and per SMS fees. It's all an NGO needs to get full access to our platform. Now, when we started EngageSPARK, we're passionate, and our mission was to help NGOs. But as we launched, we had lots of business customers come to us and say, I want to use this. And we realized the market is much, much bigger than we have ever imagined. And so we're focusing on NGOs, and we're adding business commercial customers to go after also. We launched a little over a year ago, and we've already been used in over 100 countries, which speaks to the demand for the service. You heard from Katie earlier from NeuroHealth. They're a customer of ours in India. We're going after this vertical around employee engagement. When we showed the platform to the biggest company in that vertical, we closed them in 2 weeks. Intel uses us for marketing, where people opt in by doing a missed call to a local phone number in this country. They get a phone call back, and they hear information on that product. Press 1 to learn more technical details. Press 2 to find out where to buy. As I mentioned, we launched a little over a year ago. This year, we'll do about $150,000 in revenue, and we'll do about $20 million in about 3 years. We've already helped 175,000 people, and we'll hit break even in 2019. We're raising $3 million in equity to build out the platform and focus on specific verticals and use cases. We'll engage tens of millions of people around the world. There's another company in an adjacent space that went public recently. They're worth $5 billion, and their valuation is 20x revenue. We think we can similarly build a billion-dollar company. In summary, we've built the world's easiest mobile engagement platform. I'm here for the next 2 weeks in the Bay Area before we start the Malago Foundation Fellowship. I'd love to meet with you and find those of you that want to help NGOs and build a billion-dollar company. Thank you.